What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza here with a brand new video for all my horror hounds out there. Now today I was thinking about doing a horror movie collection update because I feel like I haven't done one in a while, and once I started grabbing some flicks off the shelf, as you can see, a lot of holes missing, and I realized I have 25 movies since last time I did an update. And I thought that was a lot, but I realized I haven't done one since October 13th. So it's been quite a while. It's the beginning of December now, so no better time than now. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, but let's get right into it because I don't want this to be an hour-long video, and I have a tendency to ramble on, as you can see right now. So speaking of not rambling on, Intruder. This was directed by Scott Spiegel. Yeah, Scott Spiegel, which I found was pretty cool that from Michigan and a fan of Sam Raimi, Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell. He actually grew up with them in Michigan. They went to school together. They actually made an original version of this film back in high school, like a 20-minute short. So this is his directorial debut. He wrote this as well. It takes place in a grocery store in Michigan at a night shift when some killer comes in there. Classic slasher stuff, but it adds a little fun mystery. You don't really know who it is. You think you do, but you don't. Really, really good effects, good gore. And both Raimi brothers have lead roles in this movie, which is pretty cool, and a little guest cameo from Bruce Campbell at the end. I'm planning on doing a review of this one very soon. I just absolutely love this movie. Yep, I suggest checking this one out for sure. So, next movie. This is one that Evil Mike Goodman told me was really, really good when talking to him about it. Dead Time Stories. It's basically an anthology film, but they're all three little short movies or whatever are based on like fairy tales, I guess. Like they have the Big Bad Wolf and types of stuff like that. A bunch of witches and stuff. So, I don't know, it seemed kind of interesting, so I decided to pick it up. I'll check it out sooner than later. One I've never seen, and this is a really cool edition of it. That's Basket Case. This is from Arrow Video, which I've talked about in the past. Just look at all these special features on this alone for a movie I've never seen. Don't know much about it. I know it's kind of a low-budget, kind of cheesy horror movie where I think a guy they're Siamese twins and his brother is separated at birth and he's some deformed monster who has a thirst for blood. Sounds right up my alley. And then without seeing the first one, I picked this one up as well because it looked like a good one, good price. The plot's a little different where basically I think like the government goes back to, I don't know this guy's name, the Basket Case guy, but as you can see on the cover, all these freaks in the background and everything. Bad glare, but yeah, apparently like the government goes back to where they're from, where all these freaks have been being hidden, and chaos ensues. I'm excited to see like the effect on all these freaks, low budget or not. It's kind of fun to see stuff like that. So, Basket Case 1 and 2. I didn't grab the third yet. I got to at least watch the first two before I could do that. Now, this is one I hope you guys have all seen. Not exactly horror, but I am going to throw it into my horror collection. This is, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I almost said Dale and Tucker. Doesn't really make a difference, but this is absolutely hilarious. Really innovative in the way they did this. Just in a nutshell, these kids go on vacation, and Tucker and Dale are two rednecks who bought a vacation home, and they want to go hunting and fishing or whatever. And every time these kids see Dale and Tucker, they're like freaked out for them because, you know, these rugged hillbillies, you know, they look like killers to these kids because it's kind of like a culture shock, city to country. So like that, there's that fun little aspect. And every time Dale and Tucker try to like do something nice or normal, it always comes across like something evil and heinous. So these kids are almost like running away from murderers that aren't murderers. And it's really fun, and it has a really fun twist at the end. Yeah, I can't say enough about this movie. Had to pick it up again. Cheap little $5 copy. I suggest getting into. Real fun movie. Speaking of movies that are fun, this one is not. I mean, check it out if you want. Nightmare Beach? I was so excited to get this because if anybody knows me on a personal level, if you could take a horror movie and put it in the 80s, let alone on like a Miami Beach, neon colors, all the old 80s music, nostalgia, sounds amazing, right? Wasn't so good. It turned out into like a murder mystery, but like the killer was pretty much revealed from the beginning, at least you think. And then not to give it away, it's like a little twist. They switch it on, you know, it's this guy, but it kind of falls flat. The kills aren't very good. The movie drags real long. It kind of just turns into this kid looking for his friend who got killed, and he's like fighting with his biker gang. So it's not even really horror. But, I mean, if you like cheesy shit, check it out. You might like it. Now, this was absolutely crazy. I watched this one recently. I started getting some more Italian horror movies, and zombie ones in particular, Burial Ground. This is crazy. The zombies are a little low budget. Everything's a little low budget. The voiceovers are kind of bad. It's a little strange at times, but I have never seen more headshots in a horror movie before. They have to blow off like 20 zombie heads. It gets real crazy. I'm going to give a spoiler right here. Just this might be a reason you want to watch it alone. That this kid on the cover turns into a zombie at the end and bites his mom's tit off her boob. I've never seen that ever in any horror movie. Absolutely fucked. If you like fucked up things, I think you should check this one out. It was pretty good in general, but that last moment threw me off. That was insane. The one I just recently reviewed, I'm not going to go on too long about this. The Blob, I have a classic horror review up on my page. Check it out. It's well worth it, I think. This was way better than I remembered it. It's a remake, and boy, this was good. The remake of The Blob, highly suggested. Just came out from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, not too long ago. Now here's one. This is like a newer one. I don't remember seeing. Seems just kind of like a generic slasher, but I like the artwork on the cover. Shredder. It's kind of like a slasher on the ski lounge, the Snowboard Hills. And I thought this might be kind of fun, so I picked this one up. Speaking of newer movies, I haven't seen this one in so long, so I don't know if it holds up, but another cool copy, Urban Legend. I remember these were good. They were kind of like when slasher movies were coming back, when they brought out Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legends, and the concept of this is pretty cool, about urban legends and whatnot. Like, they're getting taught on a university, some class about urban legends, then one kind of comes to life. I'll have to watch this again and revisit it, because, I mean, as much as I love these 80s movies, I did grow up watching a lot of these, because these are what were, like, new releases when I was a kid. So, mostly all the old good shit, but I definitely was watching all the stuff that just came out as a kid, and I remembered liking this. We'll give it another chance. Another one I'm going to give a chance to is Pumpkinhead 2. I bought Pumpkinhead 1 not so long ago. You guys seen in my reviews. And I remember liking Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings, but I don't remember anything about it. So I picked it up because when you got the first one, you kind of want the second. And that's how it goes when you're an insane person who collects movies. Alright, I'm going to show you guys all these at once. It's the Blood Trilogy and a blood-drenched double feature. So we have The Wizard of Gore and the Gore Girls. And this is Color Me Red, Blood Feast, and 2000 Maniacs. I don't know, sometimes when I'm hunting for movies, trying to find something new, I'm in a weird mood, and I say, I want to watch some weird fucking exploitation films, just to see how fucked up this stuff is. And that's exactly what these are. Like I've explained before, if you're not familiar with exploitation films, they're movies that lack a lot of budget, a lot of plot. It's pretty much just nudity and murder and violence. Just real fucked up stuff. They're really popular back in the 60s and 70s. If you want like a newer reference to it, like Rob Zombie's trilogy, House of a Thousand Corpses, and The Devil's Rejects, and then the new one, Three from Hell, those are considered exploitation films. Though a little more story in those, but you guys all remember how violent those are. You could even say the plot aside, Saw series is kind of exploitation, but yeah, they're real fucked up movies. I don't go out of my way to watch these, but as a collector, I thought I'll get these and throw them on my shelf. We got a theme going here with movies I watched when I was younger that I don't really remember much about. I remember this guy. Who remembers that? Caesar Asher, scared as fuck about this guy. All these little monsters and shit. Trilogy of Terror 1 and 2. Both anthology films. I think they're French movies, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, I know at least one of the skits in each movie has this little creepy tiki monster, and I always remember the little fight scene with the girl and this monster at the end. Always freaked me out as a kid, and yeah, I'm trying to see. I feel like these are foreign films. I think that's why I'm not so familiar with them. Like, they slip through the cracks. I've seen them when I was a kid. Not every video store carried these, but that's iconic, that monster there. Like I said, Caesar Asher, he's scared because he's a bitch. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Alright, one I haven't seen. Looked really creepy. Tourist Trap. There's a big theme with a lot of these movies that I get. A lot of slasher movies. This is a bunch of people go on vacation. The tourist trap is a wax museum with all these creepy mannequins. They start killing. That's all I know. Seems fun. I'll be sure to check it out. I'm flying through this one. Another Italian horror movie, another Italian zombie movie, Nightmare City. Don't know much about this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Just an Italian zombie movie. The first one was real fucked up. I expect this to be fucked up. A lot of Italian horror films don't focus so much on the cheese. They'll get straight into like a serious story, serious plot. There's not much room for laughter. They try to really go for the scares, and they're also known for really, really good gore. So a combination of both. They're fun switch off from American horror, which I absolutely love. But yeah, if you guys have seen this one, let me know in the comments, because I don't really know much about this. This was definitely a blind buy. I didn't even read the plot to it. I just thought I got the other one. Fuck it. Bloody Birthday, another release from Arrow. This was one a friend told me about. Some little kids start killing off the babysitter or something. And yeah, these movies with kids as killers are pretty fucked up. So, I don't know, decided to give this one a try. I heard it was alright. Also, let me know if you've seen this one. Don't know much about this one as well. Alright, one I remember not liking, but I grabbed it anyways. Because I have the first one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Everybody I've talked to about this over the years are like, no, it's great. You just got to watch it again. And maybe I do. I remember being kind of campy, but like I've said a million times, I like that a little bit. Maybe I just didn't get it. Last time I seen it was a kid. But another good Scream Factory release. Awesome artwork. Can't really see it because of the glare, because I suck. But yeah, I'm going to give this one a shot. Maybe sooner than later. Yeah, I might save that for later, damn it. Okay. I'm going to do these all together. For the longest time, I was trying to find a whole complete collection of Halloween. It's my favorite out of all, like, if I'm not counting, like, zombie movies, George Romero series, I'm talking, like, the classic killers, like Michael Myers, Jason, Chucky, Pinhead, stuff like that. I would have to go with Halloween as my favorite franchise. So like I said, I've been waiting forever to get a full collection. I cannot find one. They're all really expensive used. Because I guess like Scream Factory when they first started, that was one of the first limited edition like releases they did, was all the Halloweens in a package. So I had to buy them individually. I found Halloween 2 at my local Meijer, just $5. That's where it started. I picked this one up. Then I got Halloween 3. This is a Scream Factory release. This is the Forgotten Halloween, because it's not about Michael Myers at all. But if you watch this as like a standalone horror movie, it's pretty good. It's just kind of the name gives it a bad rap. That happens with certain horror films, like a lot of like later on remakes they'll do. I know like a lot of the Hellraiser movies were just other movies made and just named Hellraiser just for like a cash grab. But what I'm kind of bummed about with getting this cheap one, granted it's a better price, apparently Halloween 2 and Halloween 3, correct me if I'm wrong, were the first two releases from Scream Factory they ever did. And this is Scream Factory. And it would have been kind of cool to have the other, but unless it's Scarface, I'm not buying the movie twice, which I have 3 copies of that because I'm nuts. But, okay, so I got 1, 2, and 3. Grab part 4. Now, I think part 4 and then part 5 are where it started picking up again before it fell off. Everything after this, like kind of like 1 was the best, 2 was a great sequel, 3 was meh, 4 and 5 were standalone in their own way. And then we get to like The Curse of Michael Myers, which is just okay. Then after that, we get into like what, Resurrection and H2O and stuff like that. Then the Rob Zombie Halloweens, which, I mean, yeah. And then last but not least, I have Pieces. This is a really cool release here. It's got a little booklet in here. I think this is actually the soundtrack to the motion picture. I don't know how often I would listen to horror soundtracks, but it's got a nice big poster on the inside with, I believe, the original artwork. But yeah, I was anxious to get this one. As it says on the cover, it says, Pieces, it's exactly what you think it is. And they're not lying, because this is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre if they showed like the gore. Now, I like Texas Chainsaw more, obviously, but I really enjoyed this movie. Once again, it was kind of like a slasher that had a heavy storyline, and like investigation, like the cops looking for the killer, which I don't know if I like that much. Like Loomis is one thing in the Halloween series, but sometimes I like just in the middle of the chaos, like the killer going for him and that's it. Because I'm not really into like crime movies. I mean, to an extent, I like gangster movies, but not like crime, thriller, mysteries too much. But yeah, this was really good. They definitely showed all the gore. Straight up showing this guy cut somebody's arm off with a chainsaw, and they show it. It was wild shit. I highly suggest checking this one out. Yeah, not much more to say about it. It's exactly what you think it is. But usually I grab these horror flicks and I'll hold them up. Yeah, this is what I got. Too big of a stack this time. 25 flicks. But yeah, I'm happy with that. More to add to the collection. Yeah, plenty to watch, obviously. And yeah, if you guys have any of these you want me to do a review on, let me know. I can easily do that. I will be doing a review of Intruder very soon because I just love that movie. It'll be fun to talk about. I still kind of want to do one of Fright Night. That was pretty good. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to probably be doing a complete shelf collection, a complete horror movie collection, like an overhaul on like the 31st or the 1st of January, kind of make it a New Year thing. And I could show the rest of my movies. I have a lot of comedies and other stuff too. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for all the support, everybody. Until next time, blood, guts, and gore. I'll check you later.